This is not even counting the other potentially off the books bond of $260 million. What do we know?
Absolutely, yes. So it really looks like these debt piles are mounting up for Evergrande over the next couple of weeks. We have that $45 million coupon that's due today on a dollar bond, but we also have more details and news of this $260 million bond that's maturing on Sunday, on October 3rd. Now, that bond wasn't issued by Evergrande itself. It was issued by a JV of one of Evergrande units that's partly owned by one of the Evergrande units, but it is said to be guaranteed by Evergrande and another of Evergrande units. And so implications there, of course, there are big questions. It's just one bond maturity, but it does invite big questions over the nature of this type of debt that Evergrande may be guaranteeing that isn't perhaps very widely known.
How many more of these private placement debt obligations do you think there could be here?
Well, so this bond wasn't listed on the exchanges, and there was not a lot of clarity for a long time of the precise nature of the guarantee that Evergrande was offering. So, I mean, quite simply, we don't really know the scale of this. And when you look at the complexity and the sheer scale of Evergrande's JV operations and all of its sort of subsidiary guarantors, looking at its memorandum of referendum or OCs for its bonds, you can really get a very quick sense of just how complicated working that out might be.
The Choong Bank stake disposal is just the latest, and we know there's a long list of potential disposals that they could still make. Does this put a dent in terms of that debt burden?
Well, I think it sort of depends what type of burden we're talking about. I think when it comes to thinking about the WMPs or the suppliers or these types of sort of pressing payments that are potentially prompting social unrest, yes, that may be directed towards those sort of concerns. I think when we're talking about the creditors and bondholders in particular, I think because of the grace notes on some of the dollar coupons and in the context of Evergrande having hired these advisors, I think they do have a bit more wiggle room to kind of potentially work out any kind of restructure or any kind of negotiation there.